Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, I'm here with my really good friend Sophie at her restaurant Zinc that's right here on Paseo Montejo here in Merida, Yucatan.
Hi everybody, bonjour.
And she's gonna give us a little tour of the restaurant, the kitchen, you already know the deal, and she's gonna sit down and interview with us and tell us all about her story, how she got here and all that good stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's
yes, follow me.
Show us the restaurant.
Absolutely. So I'm Sophie. As you can heard it, I'm really French. I arrived in Merida 11 years ago, in Mexico 15 years ago with my husband, who's also French, Antoine. We are partner on this business. So I introduce you Zinc, or baby, actually. We opened almost 5 years ago, so we are really proud of this project. So please follow me.
So I love that you have outside seating out here. It's beautiful because of all the beautiful weather, right?
Exactly. So right now we are on winter, so it's pretty fresh. So we decided to keep the vegetation. A lot of people when we arrived said us, no, cut all the trees so you will have more space. But we really prefer to have this jungle atmosphere, tropical atmosphere, and the shadow, so it's fresher. So we also have fun. So we have an amazing view on Paseo Montejo. We have the twin houses just in front, so it's a real pleasure to walk here every day and have that view. And as I was explaining you, at every hours of the day, it's really fresh and with the shadow of all the plants. Okay, let me show you inside. Follow me.
Adelante.
Perfect. So I'm going to introduce you also part of the staff. So you have Kevin, who's working with us since few years now. Also Emma, who's working with us, and our staff is absolutely important for us. We care a lot about the people who are working with us, because with my husband and partner we're working here a lot of hours. So it's extremely important for us to have a good ambience and atmosphere with everybody. So inside we have like a really casual ambience, really French bistro ambience like you have in Paris. So we also decided to have a couch for informal meetings. Sometimes we have young people or not that young people who want to have a great mezcal or a great glass of wine, French wine of course, and they reserve the table, and after the aperitif they go on a regular table. We also, of course, have a full bar with beer, wine, and cocktails. Wine is something really important for French people. As you know, cheese and wine, we can't live without cheese, wine, and bread. So I'm going to show you a short selection, but of course we have a menu with a big selection of French wine. We also have cider, actually French cider, with the typical glasses to drink the cider. I'm from Brittany in France, so this is where we used to drink a lot of cider. Not only, but a lot of cider too. We also have French liquor. As you can say, we have the Port William here, but we have more digestive, so the beer is inside, as you can say. Really good to finish a great dinner. So I'm going to show you the kitchen right now, if you want to follow me. So here you have the backstage, the bar, so only allowing people. And here is Juanito. So Juanito is working with us since years too, since more than 3 years. We opened almost 5 years ago, so he's part of the staff. We like to work with Juanito. As you can see, the kitchen is small but well organized. At this time it's pretty easy because we just opened. So that's it for this part. This is where I spend a lot of time because
this is where all the magic happens, huh?
Exactly. Yes.
Awesome.
A lot of work.
I love the fact that, again, you know, everything comes out of this small little kitchen. But, you know, I'm sure once it gets busy later at night,
yes,
it gets crazy up in here, right?
Trust me. Yes, we are sweating a lot here. Trust me.
But again, you know, me as a former chef, I know you don't need much room. All you need is a really, really, really good chef, right?
Yes.
That knows exactly what he's doing, and you know, again, an amazing owner that, you know, makes sure that the quality is always on
Yes,
point
of course,
and all that good stuff. In fact, later on, you know, we're gonna come back for dinner, me and the wife.
Yes,
all right?
yes,
And you know, hopefully, yeah, you guys can show us exactly, you know, what some of your favorite dishes are.
Absolutely, absolutely. Actually, today we will have some French specials, so it will be nice to see it, and you will see us in action, because as you can see right now, I'm makeup and everything, but I used to be in the kitchen because I'm also chef. So,
oh wow! Okay, interesting.
So at this time, the full staff is not here in the kitchen. By night, we are more people in this small space. But yes, it will be a pleasure to see you tonight.
Yeah, in fact, why don't we just sit down outside and do a little interview, right?
Of course.
And you can tell us everything about your story.
Absolutely.
And, you know, so amazing. I didn't know that you were the chef. That's so great.
Yes,
That's awesome.
yes, I am.
Awesome.
Everybody thinks my husband is the chef, but I am.
Awesome. I can't wait to hear more about that. All right, guys, so we're here now. Going to sit down with Sophie, and we're going to, you know, talk to her. She's going to tell us everything about herself and about the restaurant, why she's here, and all that good stuff. So let's just get right into it. So, Sophie, who are you and why are you here in Mérida?
Okay, so I'm Sophie. I'm French, as you can hear. I'm really French with a strong accent. I moved in Mexico 15 years ago. First, I lived in Guanajuato City. After that, Mexico City, and I arrived 11 years ago in Mérida with my husband. My husband Antoine is my husband and partner with this business. Is also French. So I'm from Brittany in France, northwest of France, where the crepes are really typical, and also the cider is really typical from there. I studied in Mexico and also in France. So in Mexico I had an administration license, and in France I made a business school, and I'm also an engineer, a chemical engineer. So when I was in France, I worked in a big pharmaceutical company. It was extremely interesting. I was doing some luxury cosmetics in France. I know it's a little bit cliche, but this is what I was doing. So yes, it was really interesting, but I studied also in Mexico, so I wanted to have a work experience in Mexico too. So I met Antoine in France, and we decided to come back to Mexico together. And we decided to open a restaurant. So it was a huge change. So Antoine grew up in a restaurant. The Antoine parents own a restaurant in France, in Normandy, a beautiful restaurant on the beach. So Antoine already perfectly know what was having a restaurant, and I had to do some training, a cooking school. So I'm in charge of the kitchen. I'm the chef, and Antoine is in charge of the bar, the cocktails, the administration, and he makes everything to have everything done. And I'm like the creative side, so I'm doing the social medium and the menu. I'm working in the kitchen, and I train my staff in the kitchen, so I think it's everything.
So the business school that you went to, you know, that you studied business, that helped you a lot with the restaurant, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, because actually it was in this business school that I did an exchange in Mexico, in Guanajuato actually. So it's helped me a lot how to open a business and how to work in marketing. And also the license I made in Mexico helped me to know how to open a business in Mexico, because it's not exactly the same in France or in Europe and in Mexico.
Okay. Well, I mean, can you tell us a little bit of some of the differences? Was it easier or more difficult in Mexico?
Yes, well, a lot of people when they arrive, a lot of foreign people when they arrived in Mexico, they think that opening a business is extremely easy. They have this idea that everything is easy in Mexico, and there is a lot of things that are pretty easy, that's true, but having a business it's kind of complicated, so you have to be well organized, well informed, of course. in our case, for example, we offer alcohol, so we have beer, wine, and liquor cocktails. So when you open a business who distributed alcohol, you have to have a liquor license, who's pretty complicated here. So they check your penal antecedents and everything. So
almost like a background check or something like that. Okay.
Absolutely. They check also if you always paid well your taxes and everything. So yes, the control is pretty similar to France. It's pretty the same. It's taking months to have all the documents. I think this detail is pretty important because a lot of people think that with a little bit of money, you can have absolutely everything in Mexico. And perhaps in 20 years ago, it was a little bit like that way. But nowadays, the organization is more and more similar to the organization in the US or in Canada or in Europe. So you have to be well organized, you have to have enough money to open your business, and to have a lot of patience to go to all the administrations to do all the paperwork. But everything is possible.
Yeah, everything's possible. Yeah, because I talk about business on the channel a lot, and you know, there's a difference between the informal business, you know, with the people that sell stuff on the street, or they have a little hot dog cart or something like that, as opposed to actually having a real business. And which basically, once you have a real business, well, it's the same, you know, like you said, like from back home, which is, you know, the taxes, right? All the paperwork, the licenses, you know, all those stuff. You know, that's very, very similar. Yeah.
Yes.
But is it at the end of the day, like, is it more difficult or is it about the same?
Well, I don't know if difficult is the word, but it's taking more time.
Okay.
It's taking more time.
Actually, that makes more sense because in Mexico, we know everything takes a lot of time.
Exactly.
Right?
So here, it's absolutely true. So to give you an idea, for example, to obtain the alcohol license, it took us almost 7 or 8 months.
Wow.
And my husband Antoine, we are going to the office almost 5 times per week. So this is why I'm saying that it's a lot of patience. So you can do everything and do it well, but just if you are conscious that you have to take your time and be patient, everything will be easier. If not, you will feel really frustrated. And my best advice is to take everything easy. Not to try to do the thing that you do in your own country, because at the beginning it's not. We all want to do the same, or we all want that everything works the same way from where we are from, but it's not working that way. We are in Mexico, so patience is a clue for a lot of things here.
That's right. Patience is key.
Exactly.
For everything. If you got patience, you can get anything done.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, but Mexican people, they are extremely patient. They explain you everything. They take the time to explain you. So don't be frustrated or desesperated. Absolutely everything is possible. If you are well organized, everything will be a great success.
So since you're French, you know, you told me that your menu is, you know, mostly French, it's French cuisine. So can you tell us a little bit more about that? Like, how did you come up with the concept of like making French food? Is it simply because it was the easiest thing for you because you're French?
Yes.
And the fact that maybe there's not many French restaurants out here?
Exactly. Absolutely. So, well, since I'm really young, I love to cook. So, because when I introduce myself, I explain you that I am an engineer. I also do business school. So, but I think I always loved to cook. Always.
It was always in your heart. It was in your soul.
Absolutely. Yeah. Since I was 3 years old, I think. But I was pretty good at school, so everybody was like, "No, you have to study more," and nobody oriented me to a cooking career. But after when I was working in the pharmaceutical company, I was really happy. My job was amazing, but I was like, it's not what I want to do. So for my parents, it was a terrible news. but no, they absolutely understand. So I decided to be happy, actually. So I decided to study more and to focus on cooking. So and I was absolutely happy about that. So of course I studied that part in France, so my competence were better for French cuisine than Mexican cuisine. I also do Mexican cuisine. I like to do Mexican cuisine, but yes, I'm better with French cuisine. And we decided with Antoine to do a French restaurant for 2 reasons. Because our competence were with French cuisine, of course, and also because there wasn't a lot of French options here in Merida. I'm not saying there is not other options, there is few other options, and actually we are all friends. All the French community is pretty small here, so we all know each other, so and we all have a good relationship. But there is more like breakfast or cafe, but for dinner there is not a lot of French options, so we were the first French option to have dinner in Merida, with French wine and French food. So when we just opened, we had more a kind of European food with a French influence, but every year on October we change a little bit the menu, and this year we decided to be more and more French. So, and it's really working, the customers are really happy. We are receiving a lot of regular customers. We are working on Paseo de Montejo, so a lot of people think we are working with only tourists, but it's not true. We have a lot of regular customers who are coming 1, 2 or 3 times per week. So I assume they enjoy the food. So yes, the menu is pretty really French.
All right, thank you so much, Sophie, for sitting down with us and telling us so much about you, the restaurant, why you're here. Do you have any final words you want to share with the audience?
Yes, of course. So, well, I really hope my advices will help you if you want to create a business here in Merida. Not only in restaurants, there is a lot of options to do in Merida. The city is growing a lot since 4 or 5 years, so it's an amazing city to live. So I really encourage you to come to visit perhaps, and after that to take a decision. Be prepared because the heat in Merida is pretty crazy, but it's also part of the charm of the city. And if you want to come and visit, please ask for me, for Sophie or Antoine, my husband. We are always really happy to receive our clients. I'm used to be hidden in the kitchen, but I'm always here. And if you want to talk a little bit in French, we can also talk a few words in French, Spanish or English.
Yeah, and like as you were saying, there's a big French community out here, right? And you guys are all friends and stuff like that. So for anyone out there that's French or speaks French, or again, it'd be great to have a conversation with you.
Of course.
And and even introduce them to other places, because I do know a few other places, like the bistro.
Yes, and the Café Crème.
Yes,
absolutely. Yes. We are good friends of them. They are really nice people, so you have a lot of options if you want to eat French, to talk French. So feel really welcome to come with us. Absolutely.
It almost feels like we're in the south of France, through a heat wave, right? In the middle of a heat wave.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's true.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Sophie. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate again, opening the doors to your restaurant and your life, and I'm looking forward to having dinner, and we're going to be showing you guys that right now. And then we're going to take a little walk and a tour down Paseo Montejo, so I can show you that as well. So thanks again, Sophie. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. Bye bye. Au revoir.
All right, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed our time here with Sophie here at Zinc. It's time to say goodbye to Sophie.
Goodbye. Thank you very much for watching.
We're gonna now take a walk down Paseo Montejo so I can just show you exactly where we are, and that way when you guys come to visit, you guys, well, you know where to find her. So, all right, Sophie, thank you so much.
Thank
I
you
really
very
appreciate
much.
it. Big hug.
Bye-bye. Thank
right.
you so much.
Bye-bye,
Bye-bye.
Sophie.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. So, again, guys, you know, we're out here on Paseo Montejo, all right? It's literally right in front of these, the two famous mansions, you know, that she's already mentioned in the video before. And again, for anyone out here that knows a little bit about Merida or has seen some of my videos where I walk around here, you guys already know, you know, where these mansions are. And if not, well, you can find it on the map. But we are not too far off. Here, I'll just give you a quick little look. We're not too far off from the, you know, end of Paseo Montejo. In fact, the famous new restaurant corridor is right over there. It's like a block down that way. So again, we're right here at the beginning of a restaurant row, okay, as you guys can see. All right, so I'm just gonna take a quick little walk down again Paseo Montejo so you guys can get a little bit more of an idea of what it is out here, you know, what it is to be out here, to live out here, to come visit out here and all that good stuff. Because I know some of you guys that are watching this might be the first time you watch and you have no idea, you know, what it really looks like out here and what things are out here. So again, see, there's vendors. See, this is the informal business that we were talking about earlier. See, this guy doesn't really need any licenses or any kind of a permit or anything. He can just go on and sell his stuff here. And we've talked about it before, you know, where again, the more formal the business is, well, you know, the more difficult it gets. But again, it's not as difficult as it might be or as expensive as it might be in your home country of you know, the US, Canada, Europe, or what have you. Out here, you know, all you need is a lot of patience, you know, more than anything else to get things done. But yeah, guys, you know, again, I used to live out here. I don't live too far away from Paseo Montejo these days. I can literally walk home if I want to. Sometimes I ride my bike out here, as you guys can see, you know, there's the bike lanes and stuff like that. In fact, in a future episode, you know, we're gonna be out here again, you know, and I'm gonna show you all the artists and everybody that's out here as well. So again, the more I come out here, the more I realize how much the city has grown, because again, there's just more and more action out here all the time. You know, right now it's early February, just so you guys can get an idea. You know, that's why it's not as crazy hot as it is during other parts of the year. But again, also, you know, you see, you know, so many more people out and about, so many vendors, you know, just selling their stuff, and you know, and so many things that are going on. In fact, you know, we're gonna just take a walk, all right, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of exactly where you know, other restaurants are located and other things are located out here on Paseo Montejo. But again, guys, you know, Sophie is somebody that I've known for a very long time, and she's survived, you know, the whole pandemic, and you know, again, just because of her skills, you know, her restaurant skills, her business skills, and the fact that, you know, she has, you know, a really good restaurant with really good food. We like to come here, you know, regularly as well. And you know, not just, you know, when we came, you know, earlier, like, you know, last night, well, whatever, you know, when you see it here in the video, you guys already saw that we came out here for dinner. But it's not just that time, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we've come out here multiple times and we really enjoy, you know, French cuisine as well. There's, you know, not much French cuisine out here, but there's enough, you know, and enough to the point where, you know, again, you can have a really good experience when it comes to French cuisine, because of the people that are out here, you know, that are actually French, like you saw with Sophie. But yeah, you know, again, you know, out here, even though it's very touristy, and there's a lot of tourists out, believe it or not, there's a lot of locals, you know, that are also out and about here. A lot of her clients are locals, you know. It's not just tourists. And that's the thing, you know, many restaurants, unfortunately, you know, they only rely on tourists, and well, you know, that's where you see them come and go. But a really good restaurant that you know, that knows what they're doing, like hers, has tons of locals. In fact, as we were doing the interview, before and after, and as we were recording, believe it or not, you know, we were actually getting interrupted a lot, just simply because of people that were, you know, walking by, saying hi to Sophie, saying hi to her husband, you know, other people that were, you know, again, walking in, you know, to sit down and eat at the restaurant, and so on and so forth. So, you know, again, she's a very, very personable person, and if you do come out here, I would highly encourage that you come and visit her, you know what I mean, and talk to her. Enjoy. Muchas gracias. Okay, está bien. Muchas gracias. Look at that, he's selling a fan, aka Yucatecan air conditioner. So we're actually going to just walk a little bit further down here, because I wanted to, you know, again, where I usually like to end a lot of these walks down on Paseo Montejo, which is at one of my favorite places in the whole city, which is, you know, called Helados Colón. And the Helados Colón, well, that's where me and Christian had our first date. And basically every time that we're out here, we always try to swing by and recreate, you know, that first date that we had. And again, it's the oldest ice cream shop in the city. They have a couple locations, you know, one here, one in Centro, which is not too far away from here. But this is the one that we like to go to, the one that I'm about to show you right now. Is my ultimate favorite, or both are ultimate favorites. And you know, we come here, you know, whenever we can. And just wanted to show you, because again, once you're out here, you know, I highly recommend and highly suggest you come visit this this place as well. It's again, one of my favorites, and I hope that you guys will enjoy it as well. Let's just kind of show you a little bit so you can see other businesses. You know, this is a more typical, you know, Yucatecan Mexican restaurant or ice cream shop or bake shop. Look at all these beautiful baked goods that they have here. All right, there's the menu, which constantly changes depending on the time of year, depending on what flavors they have available. And yes, it's all made fresh, made here, made somewhere here. See, look at all these good stuff. So I'll have one of these. All right, guys, so let's wrap this bad boy up. I hope you guys really enjoyed you know, today's episode, today's video, where we were, you know, again, hanging out with another really good friend of mine. We were again showing you not just a restaurant, but again, the reason I like to sit down with you know, Sophie or, you know, Bernardo or any one of my other friends out there is because I wanted to show you guys, you know, that hey, you know, you know, there's many options, you know, for you to come out here and live a wonderful life. It's not just for, you know, retirement. You know, Mexico, maybe one day, you know, a long time ago, you know, for a very long time, it was only known for retirement, or people that were coming out here to live, you know, again, to retire. But you know, nowadays, you know, with all the things that are going on in the world, you know, there's all kinds of people coming out here. The demographics are changing dramatically, and there's more and more people, again, in our age range that are looking for a better life. And, you know, not everybody's a digital nomad. Some of us are chefs, you know, some of us, you know, are store owners or, you know, or whatever it is. And so that's what I try to show you guys here. You know, again, the fact that, you know, you can make it out here, you can do it out here. It's not going to be easy, but it's definitely going to be worth it, especially if you're looking for, you know, a better quality of life and freedom and all that good stuff. So with all that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And you already know, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit the bell icon, but more importantly than anything else, please stay awesome. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.